It's Call of Duty 4 now, and we are tied up at one map each in the second semi-final. TM versus FATGAMES. It all comes down to this one. TM won on Crash. We don't know which map FATGAMES won on, but we'll find out at some point today. But we're tied up at 1-1 as from what I saw in the last round. Coming up after this game will be Impact versus Mammoet in ET. Then we'll have probably the third, fourth playoff in COD. Then we'll probably have the ET loser bracket final, then the COD final, then the ET final. All sounds so simple, really. This is a best of three, just like Enemy Territory. We've got some ET fans out there. We'll run you through a little COD4, COD 101. As basically, it's best of three. We've had one map each, just like in the ET game. We're now on to our decider map. First to 13 wins it. Each round is decided by getting the bomb down or not. And we're going to get some game sounds. Maybe I muted them. I have no idea. Or maybe I've just muted them now. As now, nope. Here we go. As FG now make their way across. Diablo is there for them, leading the assault. FG will push along here. And it's most of the noise you can hear in this arena is the COD players. For Call of Duty, a lot of people have said to me, what separates COD from ET? What makes this game, ET players who don't play COD ask, what makes it, interesting? Because I don't understand this game. Well, if you imagine a dock run, for example, in another game, or a flag cap, it's one of those every 60 seconds, and you either win it or you lose it. So once every 60 seconds, you get a real tense moment. So it's an adrenaline rush. West is impressed by the individual talents that COD4 has. As it's 5-4, it's 2-2 in this one. As TM and FATGAMES are underway. Duffster gets himself the frag onto Marco. Reactive goes down as well, courtesy of Diablo. RZE now pokes his head up, looking for this one. Got to be a touch cautious because, well, the nearest FATGAMES player is, I don't know, 4 or 5 meters away from me. In theory, he can't hear us. In theory. Is now on board with RZE. Juicen gets himself the frag onto Numsiak. Kroll goes down as RZE connects. Now just one player left up. RZE tries to line him up. Isn't going to be able to do so. And FATGAMES take the lead here on Strike. 3-2 the score. And it all comes down to this. Now, FATGAMES yesterday played against someone, Cube Sports. And it went down, and FATGAMES were up. They won the first map, were on the second map, and they had 6 match points, 6 rounds to win the game. Sod it. We'll go with crazy weapons. We'll go with shotguns and stuff. And they threw it away. Went to overtime, lost it. Then went to a third map, which also went to overtime. So FATGAMES are perhaps the Cowboys of this tournament. And so now we have Reactive pushing along. Snoop has joined the building, and you can see the smile on Snoop's face.
Explosives planted.
As Reactive goes looking. Bomb planted. With Reactive poking his head around the corner. Picked off by Diablo. 4 versus 1. This should be another FG round here. Last man standing for tempusmoriendi is Ivanek. He makes his way across, gets himself the frag onto Diablo, but gets picked off by JDs. And that is going to be round 4-2 to FATGAMES here in the Call of Duty tournament. Winner goes into the grand final to face Button Bashers. And Button Bashers played Dignitas last night, won by 2 maps to 1. As FG now make their way across. TM get themselves 1, 2, 3. Dumsiak and Marco claim the frags. Juicen now picks himself up one in the back of Kroll. Looking behind the tree, can't quite find the frag that he needs. But now Juicen finds himself on his own and picked off by the grenade of Reactive. And it is 4-3. And 7 rounds down here out of 24. We're a third of the way into this one. Diablo names across. RZE opens up the fragging for FATGAMES. Gets himself one onto Marco. Diablo now goes walkies, scouting for the Poles as he makes his way through. Diablo most certainly not a popular person in Poland after his references at AEF. So tempusmoriendi would most certainly want to be winning this game, and they will certainly enjoy every frag they get onto him. So they've just got one. Reactive now. Puts himself in the thick of things. Oh, what a frag onto Duffer. Pokes his head up for just a minute, and like a whack-a-mole, he takes it right off. And now Reactive goes looking for more. He's got 2 this round. Kroll's got himself a frag onto Juicin before JD's gets picked off. Lovely work from Reactive. Insta-scope drops JD's. And that's going to be round TM. They've pulled it back from 4-2 to 4-all. As they are looking very, very good. FATGAMES go into this having come second at Gamerland and thus the favourites for this match. But tempusmoriendi play very, very well, as Poles often do when they come to land. When you take the internet out of it and the weak infrastructure they have there and you get them on land, they always overperform expectations. Always. And they're proving this by being in this match. Heizo gets himself a frag. As RZE gets himself one. Gifty has promised to pull down his pants if they won that game, and he's done it. We'll get that on camera. I don't know what I just said. That's the gayest thing I've ever said on cast, but it's going to happen apparently. JD goes through. To digress slightly, before that match, Gifty said, if we win, I got a very special present for everyone in my trousers. I look at Ron because he normally knows what's down Gifty's trousers, but he doesn't this time. And it's 5-4 as FATGAMES pick up the round. No, you don't know? He's got a mouthful, though. Here we go. I didn't say that. It's 5-4 to FATGAMES here as we approach the end of this first half. Remember, first to 13 wins it. There's JD's. Goes looking. Diablo gets himself the frag. Now, Marco gets one before Duffer and RZE chime in with frags of their own, leaving Ivanek in a 2-on-4 for TM to try and save this one. It's going to get picked off. And RZE FATGAMES find their voice. And it's a little bit scary being in between those two COD teams, that's for sure. As FATGAMES are now set up. Nades come across from JD's as he pushes along, otherwise known as Enrio. Ivanek looks across, no one there. Reactive now with the scope. Picked off by RZE from afar. As now Juicin is cleared to make his approach. Flies around the corner. Loses out to Dumsiak. Dumsiak has been picked off though by Duffer. Frags going left, right and centre. We're at a 2-on-2. Here's all you need to know as Marco comes in with one. Kroll's going to make his way across. Doesn't get it. Oh, surely he's damaged them all so much. JD's is going to go down, and that leaves Duffer to go 1-on-2 as he
Explosives planted.
has to go this alone. Has put the bomb down. And now is hunting for Poles. Gets himself the first. It's now Marco versus Duffer, both aware of each other. As Duffer gets picked off by Marco with the headshot. Fantastic work, and that will be round TM. And it's those types of rounds that win you matches and get you into finals. For the benefit of West, if you look on the bottom right of the screen, you see how many players are left up on each team. When all of them are gone, then the round is won. RZE opens up the fragging. Reactive misses twice. As, he's had a fantastic tournament. And, now Reactive will poke his head up, looking over towards the... well, I'm not going to tell you where he's looking, actually, because FATGAMES can hear me. JD's pick up the frag onto Dumsiak. We're at a 3-on-5 in favor of FATGAMES. Good grenade comes in from Reactive. RZD's got himself one onto Kroll. Now Reactive chimes in with a frag on a Duffer. 2 versus 3. As Reactive takes some damage from the right. Spams into the wall. Nobody behind it. As Juicen puts the bomb down. RZD now pokes his head up with the scope. With Diablo still alive as well. Ivanek and Reactive to do their job. Gifty's come back and I'm slightly scared of him. And that is going to be round FATGAMES. 7-5 at the half. They build themselves a little cushion going into that second half. We'll be back with that second half in just a moment. You're on Quad V. Ready in about 2 seconds, Greg. Welcome back to Quad V live from CC5. Marco gets himself a grenade frag onto Juicen. As the Poles open up the fragging here in this second half. Button Bashers have a 2-round cushion. Diablo comes in with 1. RZE. Oh, frag stolen off him. Gets himself a frag into the back of Dumsiak, though. Ivanek and Dumsiak both got some frags. JD's gets himself one onto Reactive. It's a 3-on-1. The last man standing is Kroll. Gets 1 frag. Now has to find the next. Has opened up and has been naded by RZE. Comes up with a huge nade. And it's 8-5 as FATGAMES now home in on victory. FATGAMES now is not a time to pull out the shotguns as you did yesterday. Reactive now, looking to spy anyone, making the crossover in towards that site. Smoke blinds his vision as he nades behind the smoke. Double grenade from Juicen. Marco and Dumsiak both picked off. There are their dead bodies. As Kroll gets one. Diablo gets another one. And now it will be Ivanek to help Reactive out. 2 versus 3. Reactive holds back. Now, Reactive will push through. Gets himself the frag onto Duffer. It's 2-on-2. Game right open now in this round. RZE lines up. Good frag coming in from Enrio onto Ivanek. This leaves just Reactive versus 2. And 30 seconds to do it all in. And he's been picked off by RZE. RZE having a blinder right now as he's leading the frag count for FATGAMES. And really with his scope is chiming in with exactly what the doctor ordered. And TM now need to stop the rot because they're throwing rounds away. Another 1-on-1 lost. That was a 1-on-2, sorry. Lost, but it was a 2-on-2. Those are the rounds you have to convert to win matches. You're always going to get slaughtered on 1 or 2 rounds, but when it's close, it's who converts it. Marco gets the frag onto Duffer. 5-4. Reactive chimes in. Juicen's gone down. As Reactive goes walkies. Ivanek gets himself the frag onto Diablo. As JD's comes in with one. RZE, though, still in the mix. As JD's got himself another frag before being picked off by Marco. It's a 1 versus 3. RZE has to go it alone. Picks off the leg, but can't stop the plant. Oh, can you believe it? As, now he gets picked off by Marco. And, well, the word that RZE just screamed out began with S. Having lost that one. And TM get themselves around back. It's 9-6. Reactive will nade across. Reactive pings himself over a nade. Is dropped from the right-hand side. Good frag from JD's as he pushes out. RZE now. And Diablo comes in with 2. And the last man standing for TM is Ivanek, and he's barely standing. 1 versus 5. This to extend FATGAMES' lead here in the decider. As Ivanek is swarmed, it's 10-6. 10-6 FATGAMES. They're 3 away from glory. And tempusmoriendi find themselves in trouble. Diablo happy to get a 3-man kill. He makes his way across now. We'll follow Diablo as he said it was diabolical for him to get those 3. Let's see what this round is. As Diablo pushes across. Just to correct the conversation in the front row, he's in the Italian team Cube Sports. As RZE gets himself the frag onto Marco. 5 on 4. Diablo's a tree hugger. RZE comes in with 1. Ivanek's gone down. And FATGAMES taking this one by their time and have picked off man after man. And pick off the 5th and final man, and that's a whitewash. And FATGAMES find their voice. It's 11-6 FATGAMES. They need just 2 more to win it. But remember, last night FATGAMES threw this all away at this very stage against Cube Sports. And it could all happen again. With TM coming up with 2 frags, it could most certainly happen again. Diablo pushing out. Makes his way forward. Dumsiak gets the frag. Iso comes up with 1. Marco climbs back. It's a 4 on 1. 1 man standing for FATGAMES is Enrio.
Explosives planted.
Bomb's been planted. Enrio knows that the clock is ticking. As he darts behind. He's been spotted and he's been minorly tagged, and he finds himself in trouble once again. FATGAMES, well, they surely can't win this round. He's going to give it his all, 1 versus 4, but he's just going to be surrounded, and, well, a rather muted nice call from the Poles. Pulls them back within 4 rounds, but they're still 2 rounds away from defeat. And that's what's playing on them right now. When they land that opening nade, that gives Reactive the opportunity to go to work on the rotation from positions. And that's what TM are good at. Reactive's a top-notch sniper. But if they don't land that opening nade, it doesn't give him much to work with. And it allows RZE to go and do the exact same thing to TM and work on the assault, as he's just done so with his first frag of this half. See if we can find him. In fact, we'll follow Marco this round. As the bomb is with him. A few tracer bullets have made their way through. Still TM a man down. Very much in this one, though. Ivanek and Marco push through. Ivanek will provide the cover as Marco runs across. Now, good work by Marco as he looks to get the bomb planted. Kroll and Diablo chime in with frags each. Still TM a man down, but they've got the clock on their side now. Oh, what a miss. What a miss from Marco. He was tracking shadows, but he makes amends with the 3 frags. And now there's just 1 left up. RZE's got 1, but he's gone down to Kroll. And TM pull back another round. And they're now only 3 away from catching up. As Reactive will change his position this round. RZE is allowed to find himself a frag. Oh, what a shot from Reactive. Take a bow as Juicen comes up with 1. Marco gets picked off. Coming up next is Impact versus Mamuit. Three on 3 in this one. Final map of Call of Duty, semi-final number 2. Winner faces Button Bashers. Loser faces the Digimons. As Reactive goes looking. 3 versus 3. Time beginning to become a factor in this round. TM have pulled it back from 11-6 to 11-5 8. If my maths is correct. And exactly that. FATGAMES can afford to sit and wait because TM have to come to them. And they're about to do exactly that. On the 30-second mark. As the smoke offers them some cover. Juicen gets himself a frag onto reactive. That puts TM down a man. And this could be TM down 2 men. No, Ivanek gets himself the frag onto Juicen. 2 versus 2. And Dumsiak watches as a nade flies in. That's what he's looking for here, you can see. Looking to the heavens. As no nades come his way. Don't worry. As RZE gets dropped through the smoke. How on earth did Dumsiak see that? It leaves just Duffer to fly around, gets the first frag, 1-on-1 for the round, and the bomb to be defused as well. Dumsiak versus Duffer. If Duffer wins it, they go to match point. If Dumsiak win it, then the Poles are right back in this one. And Dumsiak now has the luxury of poking his head up and finding a frag. Well played from Dumsiak. He waited and waited and waited and turned the tables on the Irishman, saying, "You got to come to me now, son." And dropped him. 11-9. Tempusmoriendi refused to give up. Juicen gets the grenade frag onto Marco. Duffer comes up with another one. This is a better round from FATGAMES. Up by 2. Diablo's looking. There's reactive. Goes walkies, looking to find someone. And TM now find themselves watching every corner. Those opening 2 frags from FATGAMES have just set the tone for this one. They can afford to sit and wait on Ivanek and Dumsiak to do something. And the pair of them now have to run a gauntlet of fire. Oh, Dumsiak's come a long, long way. Reactive's got a frag as well. And in a second, the round is turned. Duffer gets one back on the Dumsiak, though, as he gets this next frag. And Diablo finishes off the round. 3 match points to FATGAMES. 12-9. FATGAMES could go into the final. Diablo could become the first Call of Duty player to play in 2 Crossfire Challenge finals. What an achievement that would be for him. He could tell his mum that. I think she'd be very proud. Juicen gets himself 1. Juicen gets himself 2. Diablo chimes in. He wants to play in his second Crossfire Challenge final. And it leaves Ivanek and Reactive to go 2-on-5. Oh, Reactive's got a glimmer, but not enough. Still time to pull this one back, but Ivanek is gone. 1 frag separates FATGAMES from the final, and they've got it! And FATGAMES have won, and TM go into the consolation final for 3rd, 4th.